It feels like the Draymond Green suspended indefinitely is like the commissioner's exempt list in the NFL.
So it felt like a cop-out to me. I want to see how many games it is, because I would have liked how many games it ends up being. I would have liked it. It felt like once again, and now this, I'm going to sound like an old man, where Adam Silver is taking too soft of a touch. Like he's going through some things. He needs some help. All of that might be true. He also 3 times in his last 26 games has executed various UFC moves on players on the court, and 4 times in the last 15 months. Dan, you know how like when they show you, hey, here are the in the last 2 years, the 40-point triple doubles in the NBA, and it's all just Luka and Jokic's names on an 8-man list. If we were to be like, hey, in the last 2 years, here are the 4 most violent acts in the NBA, just 4 Draymond things. And he, even if he's going through things, even if he needs help, I personally would have liked it to say he is suspended for at least X amount of games, and the suspension will be indefinite post that until he carries out these benchmarks. Because I don't say this euphemistically, he is by the literal definition out of control. And one other thing, his post-game explanation does not jive with the punishment, the whatever we want to call it. The post-game explanation was, I did not mean to do that. That is not, if we are going to take you at your word, which is very, very hard to do, then the help he needs is either acting classes or some calisthenics exercises to be more limber, not what they are referring to. So the whole thing stinks to me. And yeah, I feel badly for Steph, but I blame the Warriors. Dan really prioritized ring night the way I guess the Pacers prioritize first basketballs, and they never punished him for the Jordan Poole thing, which derailed not only that season, that thing's got a long tail. Yeah. It might have derailed Draymond. It might have ruined Jordan Poole's career. I don't know. Like, whole thing stinks.
Yeah, I think the blame starts with the Golden State Warriors. They have been enablers, and to the highest degree. The fact that you knock out Jordan Poole, you don't get suspended. You get awarded a 4-year, $100 million contract. Draymond knows whatever I do during the regular season, okay, but I'll be there in the postseason. Well, that's not the case anymore. And the next 4 years, you have him and that personality before he takes over for Charles Barkley on TNT.
But so a couple things. One, so let's talk about the second thing you said first. Am I just too, reactionary right now to say these things are greatly hurting his ability to do exactly that? Take over for Charles Barkley on TNT? Like that Draymond, by the time we get there, will the contemporary NBA fan, when they hear Draymond Green, will they think, man, one of the greatest defensive players ever, the second or third most important cog in a true dynasty, or will they think lunatic? And so to me, that is more in flux than previously.
Maybe.
And to your to your point that, but I'll be there for the playoffs. I'm good in the playoffs. Not if you cost your team making the playoffs. Like, the Warriors are in real trouble now.
Oh, no, I'm talking about previous years.
Yes.
Now it's caught up to them because this is his personality. And now all of a sudden, they're not going to be there in May and June.
Also, I would be remiss to not, I'll just be totally honest. I don't have this full thought completed, and that's, risky to ever just go ahead and live with it. But Jordan Poole's 80 pounds lighter than him, much smaller. And then the 3 guys in the last year he's attacked are European players. And I'm not saying there is anything intrinsic about European players, but I do think that would be an odd statistical coincidence given the percentage of players that are European versus otherwise. I just don't, ever since he slapped LeBron in the groin area, I haven't seen him do any of that. He shoved Donovan Mitchell from behind. Like, where's the Draymond Green, squaring up with Paul George? Where's the Draymond Green? He kicked Steven Adams, who's a big, strong guy, but he kicked him in the groin. Where are the instances? Draymond just strikes me as, at least potentially fraudulently tough. Obviously, tough defender, great player, and all those things. But the extracurricular stuff, none of it has seemed like a fair fight. And even if you take the European stuff outside of it, you have Sabonis laying on the ground.
Yeah.
You have Gobert not looking at him. And you have Nurkic having no idea this is coming. None whatsoever. None of it is, kind of a fair fight, so to speak.
Yeah, he's cowardly tough. Cowardly tough.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how I feel.